Hi, my name is Alusain Barry. Welcome to the final part of this example question on answering comprehension passages in English language examinations. Actually, we tried really hard, but we could not do the previous video in 10 minutes. Actually, now we have a lot of time in our hands. So we saw that we have gone through different parts of the passage in detail to answer the questions. Okay, the final question we were looking at was question F that says the light stood up to the onslaught. And then the question said, what figure of speech is contained in the above expression? Okay? What figure of speech is contained in the above expression? So this is actually the underlined expression. The light stood up to the onslaught. Okay? Now, figures of speech, we will do a video where we go into details about figures of speech. But just for this case, now imagine the statement says the light stood up to the onslaught. Remember, onslaught is just like an attack, a fierce attack. Okay, light. Imagine a light standing up. Normally, do we think lights stand up? No. We expect things that have life to be able to stand up and take these actions. So, in figures of speech, when we take a quality that is done by that is usually associated with a living thing and associate it with something that does not have life, okay, so that is a personification. So this is the answer we have here, because we do not expect lights to stand. Normally we expect either animals or human beings, things that have life, to stand up. Okay, so if we say lights stand up, so we are taking a human or animal quality and giving it to something that does not have life. So that is personifying that object. Okay, sorry, that action. So that is our answer. We move on to the final part of this comprehension question, which says here, for each of the following words, find another word or phrase which means the same and which can replace it as it is used in the passage. Okay. Now, in fact, let's get ourselves some space here. We have been given words in the passage. The words we have been given are Roman 1, magnificent. Magnificent. Okay? We are asked to find either another word or a phrase that can replace the word magnificent in the passage. Okay? So, two things you have to note here. The word you are going to replace with, in fact, let's just list the words here and then we talk about that. Second, culprits. Culprits. Third, entreated. 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 Roman 4, drastic. Drastic. Roman 5, conflict. Okay, and Roman 6 we have gloomily. Gloomily. Okay, now something you have to note about replacing words in passages is this. Something you have to note, let me pick up an ink. Sorry about that. Something you have to note is this. One, you have to make sure the word that you use to replace the word is the same part of speech. Okay, for example, the word magnificent here is an adjective. If you are going to replace the word magnificent with any other word, it should also be an adjective. Okay, so note the part of speech. Right? Here we have culprits. The word you are going to replace with the word culprits should A, be a noun, but not just that, it should not only be a noun, it should also be a plural noun. Okay, so note the number of the word. Okay, Entreated. So for example, the word entreated here is in the past tense. The word you are going to use to replace the word entreated should also be in the past. Okay, it should be a verb and in the past tense. So also consider tense. Okay, so part of speech, number, tense are some of the things you should consider when replacing words. Okay, so now we can move on and find replacements for these words. For example, the word magnificent, we may be able to replace it with a word such as beautiful, or say a word such as admirable, adorable, you know. So these are words we can be able to use to replace the word magnificent. Or we should only make sure that these words should also be adjectives. Okay, so I can actually come over and drag down, okay, the word magnificent. The conflict started when engineers built the magnificent bridge. When engineers built the attractive bridge, I can use the word attractive here. Okay, so I can actually come down and use the word attractive. For the word culprits here, I will just do this so we can go down and list them. Okay, let's just come down and have the answer for magnificent. This is why I say you need a dictionary. Okay, actually I had to go over and look for the dictionary meanings of these words and their synonyms, because that's really really key. Okay, it's not a secret. You have to use a dictionary for these sorts of things. The more you get used to these words, when you go to the exam, you will not worry. Okay, actually let's use a blue color here. So the word magnificent, I can replace it with attractive. Remember, attractive is an adjective and the word magnificent is also an adjective. Okay, now culprits, I can drag on and look for the meaning and look for the context. Aha, that's something I did not note. Context is also important. Okay, so context. The way the word culprits has been used in the passage or in that particular line is important in finding the word to replace it with. Okay, let's just scroll upwards. Okay, so we have the word culprits here. Let's see how it has been used, its tense, its part of speech. Okay, it was realized that baboons, not thieves, were the culprits. We are the offenders. We are the wrongdoers. Okay, we are the guilty. Well, you might use the word guilty, but we are looking for a noun actually here. Okay, we are looking for a noun, so we can use the word offenders in this case. We can use the word offenders. Okay, and then the second one, the following word, we are looking for guests we are entreated not to give them buns on the lawn at tea time or encourage them in any other way. So if this would imply that often during tea time, when guests who come to the Victoria Falls, they will often give entreated not to give them any of these things. So this will imply they were asked. Okay, I can use the word asked. And also remember, the word ask will work because it is also in the past tense. If I use the word ask, it will be wrong because this word is not in the past tense. The word asked or requested, okay, requested will be good because it's also in the past tense. Okay, let's go on and look for another word. We don't have time, but I really want us to complete this video in this session. Okay, we have the word drastic. Drastic, let's see where we have that word. Drastic action. Okay, we can use the word severe action, okay, or strong action. Remember, these words will fit because they are all adjectives: severe, strong, drastic. Okay, and it can easily go in there. And finally, we have conflict. We can use as a struggle or war. Okay, and then the final word, gloomily. We